Hello, and
Hi.
so we're live for
Yeah.
the first time ever. This is the premiere live show with with us.
Yeah.
So my name is Andy, and
I'm Anne-Marie. I think you have to come
okay.
closer
Oh,
to me
hello.
so you
Yes, I
see
can
here.
see. Yeah,
Yeah,
over
we're
in
at the moment we are both live on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time.
So that's
Yeah.
why we might be looking like towards over there and
Somewhere.
over here. Yeah. So what do we want to talk about today?
We thought about starting this live stream with just introducing ourselves, who we are, and what our company is offering, and how we want to inspire you to show up in the world. So that's we're going to talk a little bit about something that's really, really important to us, and that's how you should live a conscious life as well. Because that's mainly what our thing is in this company. So that's why we are doing this live stream, I guess.
Yeah, it is. And also we've been working lately for actually quite a long time, but we've been working on a course that we're an online course, and which is going to be called the Conscious Course, since we want to be on a really good course on a path. And it's an online course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we've been doing. And in case you've been watching our feed, you might have been wondering sort of what are these guys actually up to. So that's what we have been up to.
Yeah.
And what else? We wanted to tell you a bit about our story. So when we met,
yeah, it's over 10 years ago.
Yeah, over 10 years ago, the first thing we said was that we are never ever going to be working together.
Yeah.
And of course, we have been doing so ever since.
It's quite interesting to work together with your spouse. It might be a beautiful thing, and it might be something that's totally crazy.
Yep.
What do you think?
Do I have to talk about that on camera? No, it's actually, for us, it in some interesting way, it actually works really well for us. But we've always been very, like, we make sure to be really honest with each other and talk about things. We plan a lot, and we always, in the beginning of every week, sort of talk about what we need to get done. And yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it's like to be able to work with anyone, and especially with your like spouse, then I think it's really, really important that you have good like a good communication, because if you don't communicate like either what you're thinking or what you're feeling, I know that I'm very, very good at thinking that he knows what I'm actually thinking.
Because a lot of times
he actually do.
He
picks up on a lot of things that I'm actually thinking of. So yeah, but I think like communicating what it is that you want, and also check in with your, and this could be like a business partner, like, or anything, like check, like having every quarter checking up on like how are you feeling at work, are you on the right mission, and so on. So I think like just checking up with each other, like how is it going, how are you feeling, and sometimes it's kind of hard for us to create boundaries between like our work life and our private life, because it's like in the middle of the night, you like the other night I couldn't sleep because we've been to LA for a training with James Wedmore, and I couldn't sleep at all. My head was spinning with thoughts, and I went up like 1 o'clock 2 o'clock in the night, and I was just sitting and writing and
we've
coming
been
with
crazy jet
idea.
lag.
And when I actually went to bed, like 4 or 5 in the morning, Andy turned around and he's like, "I got an idea." So so we just went up and we actually registered some domain addresses and so on in the middle of the night. So I know that we are bad with like boundaries of like when are we working, when are we not working, but the good part is that I think that when it comes to doing work that comes from your heart, you should do the work when when the inspiration comes.
Yeah, if you're on a roll, sort of, you should just go with it. I mean, when the inspiration is there, just keep on doing it. But also, that's since we do like work and have holidays and stuff. That's where the name came from. Actually, Work a Holiday 24/7 is that since we have been working together for such a long time, we realized that when we go on holiday, we think that we're on holiday, but we're actually usually working as well.
Yeah.
So we figured that was the main idea for that, sort of to find a name that resonates with the whole idea of being an entrepreneur and like you're working and your working and your private life is always connected, but you have to try and find boundaries and have time off and
find the balance. I
find
think
the balance. I mean,
and it's so important to like really find what lights you up. Like what is it that makes you happy? What is it that are you like getting up in the morning? Are you excited to go to work? Are you excited to serve the customers that you have? Are you like looking forward to it? Or have you been feeling horrible going, oh, why do I have to do this? Why and I think that like one of the core things that we have built up our business around and all the different adventures that we have done with together as an entrepreneurs, we have had several different kind of entrepreneurial journeys. If we started to feel that the energy is wrong, then we've talked about it, we have tried different things, and some things we actually shut down because it didn't light us up, it didn't feel right. And I think as an entrepreneur you have to really like show up truly, or don't
honestly,
do it at all.
And also since we have different businesses, we've always made sure to be very conscious about how we do business and how we treat ourselves first, and how we treat people that we work together with, and then if we have more people in the company, or if you do business with other people, like we used to have stuff made in Bali in Indonesia, and we made sure that we had like good companies that we work with, that the working conditions were good and stuff, and we donated money to give back to the communities and stuff. So that's the whole idea what came about with this whole conscious course.
And also something that I want to add is that what environmental impact is the product that you're actually doing and in a way, like if you're producing something that's in nature, how can you actually give back to nature? Like if you would do a wooden table, how could you then find somehow that you could actually plant new trees? So everything is a cycle and it actually goes together.
It's disappearing out of the frame. Over here. Okay. Sorry.
So always, like, I think it's an energy exchange, and always like giving back and because then you will receive more. And I don't think we should empty like Mother Earth on resources, because then what will happen? It will probably look like Wall-E. If you have seen that, the movie Wall-E, when you only have like this little robot still on Earth and nothing left.
Yeah. So, and also we believe that in being conscious ourselves, it would create a ripple effect, with influence
Definitely.
others, and
for me, something that I've been thinking about a lot the last years is that sometimes as entrepreneurs we have to ask ourselves, how are we showing up in the world? I know a lot of people are complaining about that. Oh, it's wrong with politics, the community, no, how the world is at the moment. There's so much wrong with it, blah 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 blah. And I think that by just sitting and complaining and not doing anything to make a change in the world, just saying that, oh no, the politicians should change how the world is going, or these big companies should change how everything is happening in the world. But by understanding that each and every person on the planet can actually make a change. Everyone, every single person, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, but I think as an entrepreneur you can actually make the ripple effect bigger. But I think we have to start to ask ourselves, like, how are you showing up every single day? Because your energy will you're sending out energy, and that will affect people around you. And in what way can you actually help other people to start to think in another way? And I think that's super, super important. And how can you be a part of changing people's mindset in life? Because if everyone takes charge of how we are showing up in the world, we will actually change the world. And I think it's you
can see that already. If you look at like recycling, for instance, was hardly anybody doing in the beginning because it was complicated, and now these days, especially here in Sweden, it's like every house, where almost every house anyway, have like you can separate your garbage and stuff like that, and recycling bottles and everything. So that's like one thing. And also like with food and stuff, you couldn't really buy any like eco-friendly food or locally produced, and now it's becoming like a fashion. It's that's like in America you have Whole Foods and stuff. So yeah, I mean, and that's because of more and more people are actually starting to demand stuff. So so you can actually see that it does help. You can influence and you can make an impact. And especially as entrepreneurs, we think it's really important, because if you do take things and look at your own business in a conscious way, and how you treat others and stuff, so that we really truly believe that it will make a change. So what else did we want to talk about?
Well, something that we can say is that one of the things that we want to get out here, and like one of our missions, is that we want people to open up more, to be more conscious in how they're showing up in the world, how you're showing up for yourself, and like how you're running your company, because that's super, super important for us. And the thing that we are working on at the moment that we're going to do a launch on in the end of February now is a course in how you can become more conscious. So it starts all about that you will start to look within yourself and start to look how can you become more conscious within yourself. Maybe you have some issues that have to be healed. Maybe you should need to find a balance within yourself, and really look within yourself and really truly understand who you are. Maybe you have to grow as a person more in some places or not, and then the course will go through how can you influence the people that you're working with, how can you look at your company in a new way, and how can you truly really impact with your own unique mission, because I know all of you have your own way of thinking that this is the way that I want to impact the world. And how can you do that through your company, and how can you actually make a change for people? So we're going to do a beta launch, it's called, for this course, and we're looking for the first beta launch members, the founding members, that we are going to have go through the course, and we're going to ask you guys what it is that you want to learn, and we're going to actually build this course for you while you're going through it. Because we think it's really important that we're not going to think that this is what you need. We're going to ask you what you need and what you wish for, and then we're going to work together with this.
To really truly get the message across and get it so the way you guys want it to be. I mean, with what we're trying to say and everything. So
So if you're interested in this, as a founding member, this course will be so much cheaper than when we actually are finished with it and when we're going to launch it again. So please send us a private message and we can chat and see what you think. And we really want to know what you think about our idea and have feedback about it. And if you have anything to ask us here now live, please do so, because we're here to shop and answer your questions about this new journey that we're taking.
We're really excited about this, obviously, of course, because since we really truly believe in this ourselves, and that it's so important. So we're really looking forward to hear more from you guys, right?
And it's I think it's something we've been living like this for years, and it's something that we almost taken for granted. But I realized that a lot of people have starting to ask us questions about this, and then we just thought that how do we really want to impact, how can we impact the world to change, and this is something that we really
we're passionate about.
They're really passionate. So
you got some Swedish. You got some Swedish in there. That's like a bonus for you guys.
Sometimes I just lose the words because English is not our first language.
No, it's our second language. So
sometimes.
But I think we've been doing pretty good so far. I hope so. And anything else to add? I'm not sure if anybody asked any questions.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
But anyway, let's wrap it up. This was the premiere.
Yay! We're excited.
We did it. So we're looking forward to more from you guys. If you're interested in our course and to be a part of, like a founding member in the beta launch, please send us a message, DM or whatever it's called.
You haven't learned it already?
No, okay. I'm really bad with these words. Okay.
But we will show up more and more live like this. So we hope that you will join us. And please message us if you have any questions, any ideas on how you can actually impact the world with your passion.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.